Hello and welcome to episode 44 of the Low Back Pain Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Grant Elliott with RehabFix online low back program. And today's topic is leg length discrepancies. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm making a podcast about this. If you missed episode 43, it was all about injections and low back pain. When should you seek an injection for low back pain, disc herniation, sciatica? Should you seek an injection? What are the benefits? What are the risks? All of those things, and how I go about prescribing my clients an injection, my criteria. If you are interested in that, be sure to go listen to episode 43. But today's topic is all about leg length discrepancies, something that plagues so many people in the world in a couple different ways. I'll provide you with some perspective. Without fail, probably every other new client that I meet with around the world tells me, oh yeah, and Grant, another piece of information. My right leg or my left leg is shorter than the other. So I have a heel lift, or I'm working on, stretching out my leg or whatever. My chiropractor, my physical therapist, my massage therapist is trying to even up my legs. Here's why that is quite possibly one of the worst pieces of information you could ever be provided. I'm sorry to be blunt, but it's the truth. So 90% of the adult population, this is from a study in 2021, at least the study references this, and this study will be attached in the show notes. 90% of the adult population has a leg length discrepancy. 90%. So honestly, I could end the podcast after this, after this next sentence. If 90% of a population has one particular thing in common, then wouldn't that thing be normal? Right? If 90% of one specific population had brown hair, you would say, yeah, it's normal for that particular population of people to have brown hair. That's what you would say. You wouldn't say, oh my gosh, 90% of these people have something wrong with them because they all share a common characteristic. Okay, so if 90% of the adult population have a leg length discrepancy, then it's normal. It's normal. It's normal. It's normal. So many people are told this is the reason for their back pain. This is the reason for their hip pain. And it needs to be addressed. It needs to be fixed. And honestly, this is just kind of something to sell you on. Keep coming back to me. You need me to fix your hip. You need me to fix your leg length discrepancy. There's a few quick tricks that I saw throughout school to see, oh, look, here's a deficiency. We're going to adjust them this way or pop this way or do this muscle test this way. And then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, look, it's fixed now. The variance of this is just a mess. It's just a mess. It's not reproducible. It's not accurately measurable. It's just a mess. It's kind of like a party trick. Okay. Now, I'm not saying anyone who has told you that you have a leg length deficiency is a bad person. Okay. I'm sure they had good intentions. I'm sure they were probably just, taught that in school or taught that by a mentor, and they have the best intentions for that. It might just be ignorance, and that's okay. You can't blame anyone for ignorance. And I'm going to always assume the best of individuals. Okay. But if someone tells you you have a leg length deficiency or discrepancy, or one leg shorter or one leg longer than the other, and it needs to be fixed, you probably should seek other help. Okay. Because you're going to be going there a long time. I can promise you, you're going to be going there a long, long, long time, and your chances of seeing any significant difference are minimal, just frankly minimal. Okay. Seek quality. Okay. And the evidence just doesn't simply support that. So here's another simple analogy here. If you cut me in half, you compare the right side of my face to the left side of my face, my right arm to my left arm, my right leg to my left leg. None of them would match. None of them would match. Okay. They wouldn't match each other. No part of my body would. My right ear versus my left ear, guarantee you it doesn't match. So if the rest of your body doesn't match, then all of a sudden, why is it so important that your legs are different lengths? Oh my gosh, that's causing low back pain. It's causing hips. It's causing your thoracic spine, your SI joint, all these things. That's the reason. Who cares? If 90% of the population has it, who cares? It's the weirdos that have even legs. Am I right? 10% of the population has even legs. They're the weirdos. They're the freaks. Now, what people are going to argue, the chiropractors, the physical therapists, the medical doctors out there that strongly hold onto this outdated and dogmatic information, what they're going to argue is that, well, no, there are real leg length discrepancies and they can affect a lot of people, and there's a limit, right? If someone has like a 60 millimeter leg length discrepancy, then obviously you don't even have to measure it. You can just look at that person and you can see their femur or their tibia is significantly shorter than the other. Like big time. That's going to be obvious, okay? These types of individuals will have issues throughout adolescence, okay? But even if it is that significant to where it's a, quote, real thing, a rare category, right? The number of people that have a leg length discrepancy above, 20 millimeters, 30 millimeters are very, very few, right? 90% of people have a discrepancy. I think that's classified as 10 millimeters or less, 90%. So that's normal. It's not necessarily, quote, normal to have like above 30. So how many people are walking around with that? Not many. Is that more obvious, more indicated to potentially be involved with some issues? Yeah, potentially. But even still, your body is an adaptable thing. Your body is a machine, okay? An adaptable machine, not a car machine. I already went through my example there. Your body doesn't break down. Your body adapts, right? So even if you were walking around with one leg 3 inches shorter than the other for your entire life, you would get used to it. Your body would get used to it. Your hips, your tissues, your ligaments, your tendons, everything would get used to it. It would adapt to it. That would become your normal. If every little asymmetry throughout our body would wear down and cause us to fall apart like a car, human beings would not be alive. We would not be alive if we fell apart that easily, if we were that fragile, if an uneven hip, if an uneven leg was enough to make us crumble with crippling low back pain or hip pain. If we are so easily phased by these asymmetries, we would not be alive. We are adaptable creatures who can adapt to many, many, many things. And to tell someone that these slight variances are the reason for their pain, and to try to localize it to such a specific thing that really has no influence in the entire way that they move or feel or their beliefs or habits about their low back is simply harmful. And it can cause years of chronic low back pain because now that person has become obsessed with fixing that leg length. And if that leg length is not fixed, they won't be better. They won't be fixed. That's what many individuals' mentalities become. And then they're stuck. That's what that information will do to you. And that's detrimental to a lot of people with low back pain. So now with this information, you can be confident in understanding to not be worried about that. Don't be concerned. Your body's strong. Your body's adaptable. You can overcome. And a leg length deficiency is of no concern for your low back pain, your sciatica, your SI joint pain, your hip pain. It's something else. I promise you, it is something else. Cross my heart, hope to die. It is not your leg length deficiency. I will probably be making posts about this until the day that I die. Okay? Until enough of these messages have saturated the population that we can get rid of that old dogmatic information. So hopefully this can help put it to rest a little bit more. And if you have been told that in the past, or you know someone who has, be sure to share this information with them so you can calm down a little bit and you can take a breather. And as always, if you would like my help going over the right information, putting together the right plan, submit an application on my website so that you and I can meet and go over everything together, work together one-on-one intensely, and ensure that you can unlearn all of the myths that you've been told, and you can focus on what truly matters, which is simply your movements, your habits, and your education. Let's put the right plan together for you and focus on results. Please give this podcast a 5-star rating and review on Apple if you feel as though it deserves it. If you're watching on YouTube, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. Share with a friend who is in need of finding proper help and deserves results. Move more, move in nature, move in the sun. And as always, thank you so much for listening and have a great day.